Today we are going to know a bit more about Brazil and the disasters citizens of the country can face from time to time. Probably you haven't heard, but Brazil is ranked as the 123rd country that is vulnerable to various cataclysms. But Brazil has suffered greatly as a result of the reported May heavy rains and consequently further floods and even landslides. More than 5,000 people were forced to move from their houses. The Ministry of Regional Development announced the sum of 1 billion assistance to restore the important services and provide the necessary humanitarian aid.
E essa água todinha que está parecendo rio é onde o metrô passa, é os trilhos. Aí o que acontece? Ela está já tomando a plataforma.
Many people were trapped by flood when some citizens were even evacuated and needed some assistance because of the wide spreading of the affected area. Landslides provoked by heavy rains and floods caused at least 93 deaths. Also, it is known about 26 people who are missing because of the cataclysm. Earlier in February, Brazil faced severe damages in Rio de Janeiro. Thus, within only 3 hours, the level of precipitation got to the mark of 210 millimeters. Several municipalities said the level of rivers in the territory had jumped up to 2.15 meters in comparison with average seasonal norm. People became homeless and without any transport to evacuate as the natural disaster damaged everything on its way. Both in February and May, several hundreds of landslides and flooding led to a trail of destruction of the city and neighbourhood infrastructure, as the force of precipitation was extremely great.
Água tá dando na cintura de Afonso.
The civil defence, the army, the fire department, together with the federal police, were on duty trying to help search and rescue people suffering from the flooding and landslides.
Olha só, boy. Olha só.
People through the territory could observe a powerful flow of water mixed with mud, trees, parts of buildings and cars moving on the streets.
gente! Olha a situação!
The Brazil National Civil Defense reported that 14 shelters hosted displaced people to provide with pure water, blankets, and all the necessary stuff. This flooding in May was declared as the second worst in the country, as the most powerful disaster happened in Brazil in 1966. The level of damages is horrific. Buildings, infrastructure, business facilities are partially or completely flooded.
Vai aparecer no vídeo.
In May, landslides and flooding affected the Recife metropolitan area greatly. Here, infrastructure is built on a hillside that is typical for probably all low-income neighbourhoods in the country. The problem is that such weather conditions can provoke not only severe flooding or landslides, but rockfall as well. Thus, it definitely leads to more intensive damage.
Cadê as motos aquáticas para vir aqui? Dá um suporte na passagem de vento.
Cordeira 4 e pouco.
Olha só.
Cordeira
Olha os baianinhos do Matheus Província. Tá vindo, tudo para arrumar lá já.
Great number of people were separated because of the flooding and chaos, so authorities and rescuers are trying to reunite them.
Galera, o nível, ó. Aqui é o ônibus ficando arrastado, ó.
Tem gente dentro do ônibus, cara.
E olha lá, ó.
Só que o ônibus está todo fechado, gente.
Vai bater em cima dos carros.
However, the February weather apocalypse devastated Petropolis that is located near Rio de Janeiro, with more than 15,000 people who have suffered from cataclysms damages.